My beauty is taking a real hit.
Yeah, y'all are racking up some body horror.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you do?
My thought is that we go and visit the tomb of Sir Chide. Because I feel like that will have more answers to where we need to go in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
So the doggy door.
Agreed.
Yep.
Okay. So, Gerald Pancakes, you were heading down the hallway?
Yeah. All right, stalactite buddy.
Yeah, the stalactite was there. So let's see if the stalactite has better luck this time. As you walk by, you notice that the stalactite goes shoof, and it just misses you.
Whoop.
It nicks off your boot. It falls to the ground.
Oh.
And it starts crawling back to the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till it gets to the wall before I walk past.
You wait there a couple moments as it trudges on. This sensation is probably closest to watching paint dry. And eventually its little pseudopod goes up to the wall and it just starts trudging about a foot a minute up the wall.
Okay.
You reckon there's about 10 minutes before it will get back to the ceiling.
Okay, so I pass by it as soon as it touches the wall.
You do so.
Okay. Nobody else coming?
I'm coming.
I'm a following.
They're all like, let's let
Let one go. You go ahead, Penguin.
Where are we going?
We're going back. We're
Excuse
going to the
me, I
doggy
am
door.
I am a peacock.
We don't want to. Oh man, guys.
And it would take a long time for a penguin to get places
Speak-
waddling.
Speak now, Beatrice, or hold on to your peace.
All right.
Never
As
mind.
Beatrice and Berkeley walk down the hallway, you notice the stalactite is continuing. It's about halfway up the wall now, just trundling away. And when you get to the hall, the main hall, the Hall of Stone Hounds, basically looks the same as you left it. The reliefs are no different. The chains running to the door are no different. The two massive stone hounds are no different. All is quiet and still.
Is there a difference between the two hounds?
No, they look identical.
One is Flager, the other one's probably Cheddar. I cannot remember Flager for the life of me.
Yeah.
Are you telling them this, or are you just working it out?
Sorry. Thinking out loud. Okay. I'm gonna say the dog names out loud. Or wait, are there
as
classes
soon as
you
you
can read?
did it, you have
Okay.
nope. It's too late.
Okay,
it's too
I
late.
said their names out loud. It happened. Okay.
As soon as you say, Flager, Shadir, the eyes on the stone dogs flash, the chains fall away,
Okay.
and the doors open in front of you.
Ooh.
So the doors have opened, and the stone hounds that would have definitely destroyed you seem to be just plain old statues. As you enter a room, I'm just going to move you in to see if that solves any of our lighting issues. How's that work? Perfect. You have entered the knight's tomb. Standing in front of you is the ghost of what you must assume is Sir Chide. He's pale and he's thin. For a hedge, he's outrageously thin, sickly thin, the thin of a dragon's age, of time passing. There he is. I can show him to you. The air around him seems chill. And his facial expression is maudlin. He looks sad. He looks world weary. He looks like he's lost his greatest treasure. Behind him is a hanging portrait. And in the corners of the room are standing candlesticks, about 4 foot tall. They're pretty impressive.
Fucking candles.
In the center of the room is a giant stone coffer. It's similar to the coffers in the previous room with your dancing friends, but this one is far more elaborate. In fact, the lid has a carving of Sir Chide on it.
Oh, that's the
gold leaf.
sarcophagus.
Yeah. So it's like a sarcophagus, but it's not like Egyptian styled.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Chide looks up at you, and he spreads his hands. It says, "Please, please, I beg of you, help me. Help me join my beloved after all these centuries apart."
Who?
Ooh.
My beloved.
What's your
My fiancée. Princess Snowfall at dusk.
Is she a
We
fairy?
were to be wed. Yes. Like he swoops over to you. He's like, yes, that is the very problem. She is in fairy, and my soul is trapped here.
Huh.
I need your help.
What you need, buddy?
How do we take your soul out of the crypt?
So he looks down at his coffer in front of him, and he says, before we were separated, we had rings of binding, our engagement rings. They link our souls together. But my soul is trapped in this godforsaken tomb unless someone can bring my ring to her. Once my ring enters fairy, my soul can rejoin her and we can be married in spirit, even if we'll never be together physically again. I just need someone who can bring my ring to her.
Well, I was supposed to bring a ring to my lady. Oh, dude.
So Sir Chide looks to you. Who wants my ring?
Hmm?
Who wants my ring? Why would your lady? Why would your lady, some strumpet in town, want my ring?
Excuse you, my lady is the most beautiful lady that was ever ladied.
Oh my
She's very
God.
tall and wears flowing white, and she has like this thing on her forehead that looks like a star.
Sir Chide kind of pauses and goes, I see.
Uh-oh.
I know where your lady is, Birdman. Your lady is in fairy.
Oh, really?
This is true.
Okay then. Can we have your ring then?
Do you swear to bring it to your lady?
I do.
He kind of glances at the others in the room and says, this ring has a powerful spell on it of soul binding. Tell me, did you see anything unusual in my tomb? I can't leave this room.
In your tomb?
In my barrow mound.
We saw
there was a giant worm.
Well, those are normal.
You're gonna have to be more specific, like goo.
Yes, goo. So
Ooh.
he says he holds up his hand, even though you notice his hand is ringless. You say, "My ring bound myself to my lady, and over the centuries of being trapped here, this ring basically helped pull our planes together. And I believe it's opened some portals.
Hold on.
Portals to fairy."
The conjunction that happened like 900 years ago?
Yes.
That?
Was it only... Is there another one?
Possibly.
He kind of looks around and he goes, "It's too soon. It's too soon.
What?
Conjunctions are every 1,000 years. We knew this during the war."
Wait, there was another one before that?
I died in a war of the conjunction.
Uh-huh.
My lady is in fairy. We've been separated since the last conjunction. They're supposed to be every 1,000 years, so if one's occurring now, it's early. And either my ring has helped sped things along by tethering our planes together, or something disastrous is going on in fairy.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a lot, dude.
It's a lot, dude.
I'm sure it's just centuries of the ring interacting with the two planes. If you take my ring to fairy and give it to your lady, my ring will be in fairy and this will cease. I'm sure of it.
But
Do you
do you
know?
want it to go to your lady, though?
I do, desperately. I want to be with my beloved for all eternity after nearly a millennium apart, but
You want me to take it to my lady, though?
So wait, how did you die exactly?
I fought in the Great War.
Mm-hmm.
I killed one of the princes of fairy,
Mm-hmm.
Sir Frost on the Blade's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
We were victorious, but later I was betrayed. Someone poisoned me. I don't know who, and I was laid to rest here. My lady was punished for trying to be with me. Ridiculous nonsense. She's imprisoned to this day in an effort to keep us apart.
Hmm.
So she's
That really
imprisoned
sucks,
in
bro.
fairy. Do you know like
Yes.
specifically where this prison might be? Like maybe like a winter kind of place?
If you go down the stairs, if you go down the stairs, there is a portal. The portal will take you to fairy. And my princess lies ahead. It's some sort of pocket that they keep her in.
Like
She
the sky
can't come
pocket?
through. She can't come through the portal. Only someone from this side can freely go through. Only a mortal can go through. I can't because I am dead. I no longer have a corporeal body, but you do.
Hmm.
Take this ring and go.
So is your ring in the sarcophagus?
Yes. It's on my body. What's left of it.
Wait. Because I feel like we're like part of me being the skeptic Berkeley is like thinks this is kind of like another ghost like trying to like take the form of Surchide. Like, does something feel off about this to Berkeley? Like, I know that I don't have a lot of like I don't have a lot of like know-how in the
Sure. Sir Chide kind of kneels down next to sarcophagus and puts his head next to the lid. So you can see they are basically identical, except his is more transparent and
Okay.
sad.
And sad.
And thin.
Listen,
He
been
he
trying to
sweeps.
get
He's like,
laid for over 1,000 years.
I will not have you speak of my relationship in such base terms. We united our souls.
Okay, guys, let's stop offending ghosts.
All right, so yes, we will take
Go
that
ahead
into
and push
consideration.
the slab off the car.
Here we go. We're going
Oh, wait.
to consensually
Beatrice.
grave rob. Here we go.
All right.
So
Sensual grave robbing.
Sensual grave rub. Put that on
so
your
yeah,
resume.
you heft the lid off the sarcophagus.
Yeah,
Inside
as a treat.
inside is the skeleton of a knight. On his wrists, you see a pair of copper bracelets. They're engraved with owls, and they have amethysts in the eyes. On the finger, you see a ring. That is it. Over time, perhaps there have been clothing, perhaps there have been fine coverings. Everything has basically rotted away, save for scraps of bone, the bracelets, and the ring.
I'm gonna yoink the ring.
One second. You yoink the ring.
Yoink.
It's a bronze ring set with moonstone,
Ooh.
and it has a motif of woven branches.
Hmm.
And he says, "This ring has tethered me here. I can go with you. I
Okay.
must go with you. I would not recommend wearing the ring."
Yeah, I'll put it in like a pot. Ooh, can I put it on a necklace and wear it as a necklace?
Do you have?
Do you have a necklace?
Yeah.
Sure.
You certainly can. The only thing that would hurt you
Like
is
the
wearing
one
it.
ring.
Yeah.
Oh, is it still the same as wearing it?
No,
If it's on a necklace?
wearing it on a finger is gonna fuck you up. Wearing it on a necklace is fine.
Do I even have fingers?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just
Then,
looks at his
yeah.
hand and he's like, "What are fingers? Are thumbs the cousins of fingers, or they're gods?"
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wear it on a necklace.
All right.
I'll hop off of there. I think we were supposed to get the bracelets for money, but I mean, if we don't have the ring, I think they'll just try to probably murderate us.
Well, we can get the other things too if we want. But
Yeah.
Chide says, "Nothing in here has value to me besides that ring. Take
Okay,
what you like."
don't mind if we do.
Berkeley's gonna let Blue do all the thieving because Berkeley doesn't really have an interest.
Yeah, scurry. Tell me
Yeah,
what
that's
kind
good.
of jewels and things we have here.
All right. Well, you scoop up 2 copper owl bracelets. They are now yours. Is there anything else that you'd like to do here?
What is this thingy?
Yeah.
So that is a hanging portrait. As you look at the portrait, it's grimed with dust. It's a little damp, it's a little dusty, it's withered, but it's somehow survived a lot longer than the stuff in the tomb, probably because it's not organic. It depicts a fair maiden with long flowing blonde hair, a white robe, and upon her brow, a star. She stands on the pedestal of a stone circle, which standing stones surround her.
Okay then.
I knock on it.
Is that everything in the room? Oh, yeah.
You knock on it, and you feel a slight pain as your knuckles wrap on stone, because when you hit stone, it hurts.
Okay, no secret door there. Ugh. All right, well.
Sir Chide kind of looks at you and says, I could have answered any question you had. I've been here for 1,000 years.
I'm just a curious critter.
Is there anything else of value in this room? Like value to a mortal?
He kind of glances around and says, the bracelets were perhaps the thing that mortals would most covet. The candlesticks, you might be able to get some gold for them, but they are 4 foot tall and cumbersome. Then he kind of looks and says, it might be worth grabbing a few of the candles. They are ever burning.
Okay, grabbing candles because I can't see in the dark.
Yeah, just go ahead and add however many ever burning candles to your inventory. They're
like
£1/4 each.
As well.
Quarter pounder. Okay.
Quarter-pounder candle.
Well, if they're ever burning, that means they don't ever run out, right?
Mm-hmm.
He nods. Yes, the
Oh,
idea is that
okay.
they could forever light my tomb, so I may not lie in darkness.
Okay. Maybe I'll grab 2 in case I lose one. Where
I
does
grab one too.
inventory exist?
Yeah, go ahead and add them to your inventory.
Okay. Plus sign? Oh, I did it.
Good job.
Ever burning candle.
Do-do-do-do.
Times 2. I did it. Oh, and then
Oh my god, I forgot I was wearing a cape made of cope robes.
okay.
Oh, cool.
I done did it. I'm carrying a lot of things.
Yeah. So he kind of looks at you and says, I know I've waited a long time, but to be this close, every moment is agony. Please, take me to Fairy.
I guess.
All right. Do you want me to just hot fix you back to the other map?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah,
All
that'd be
right.
great.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Aren't we
Okay.
glad we went back?
No.
Yes.
All right. So you emerge from the portal. You walk out basically mid portals and stare out at the frozen lake. Sir Chide appears and says, that's it. That is my sweet lady's prison, where she's waited all this time. Please, take me to her. Also, be careful. That looks very slippery.
Oh, I can kind of fly. I've got
So
claws.
looking-
We have claws, don't we?
Looking over, it's a frozen lake. You actually see a patch up here that looks like it's been cleared off for ice skating. All of the snow has been kind of scraped away. You can still see the tracks over the ice where the sleigh had gone through. So everybody make an acrobatics check.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's get rid of my thing. Give me a second. Got a beep boop over here.
Y'all are bad at acrobatics.
Oh, no.
Hold on. The character sheet's loaded.
I think I clicked it.
Acrobatics?
Did anything happen?
Okay.
Probably would have been better if y'all
Blue-
floated.
Oh, it did.
Blue and Beatrice, you both fall on your ass at some point crossing the ice and take 2 damage from falling.
Oh, son of a bee.
Berkeley, you make these careful mincing
I am.
steps over the ice. You're
Mhm.
fine. You're perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
I am.
Gerald Pancakes, you also you're not doing little mincing steps. You're kind of almost still dancing like from the skeletons. Like you're kind of waltzing over, kind of showing off a bit. Really, it's because your talons help you grip a little bit better. So you walk up to the great doors, and as you approach the doors, Sir Chide says, "I'll wait until you're inside. I would hate to complicate things." And he bamps out. As you approach the tower, you see a hulking clay. It looks like a troll. And on his back, in a little palanquin, is a goblin. He is dressed to the nines. He looks fabulous. And he looks you over. He's in purple finery. He's really scrawny. He's got this big bulbous head, a teeny tiny neck. His eyes are beady and yellow, like two tiny coins at the bottom of a well. And he looks at you. "Why, hello there! Are you here for the wedding?"
The what?
Yes.
Wedding!
Yes.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
OMG, I love your outfit. It's so purpley and pretty.
Why,
It's purple,
thank
right?
you. You are the most benevolent bird. Welcome. My name is Griddle Grim, and this is my servant, Grimmel Gridge. I'm happy to serve you. I am the doorman here at the tower. It's my job to check names against the guest list for those looking to attend the wedding of Sir Chide and Lady Princess Snowfall at dusk. Your names, please?
Chuck Rounds.
My name is Bavarian Waffles.
Yes, good. He's flipping through his little notebook. He's actually resting the notebook on the top of the troll's head and kind of scribbling around. And when he's done with his pen, he actually just kind of stabs it in the shoulder of the troll and just sort of sits there. And he goes, "Oh dear, I am just so sorry. I don't see you on the guest list for either the bride nor the groom. But here is what we can do." And he reaches in the back and he pulls out a pouch. It's a little burlap sack. And it is bristling with mushrooms. And they are technicolored. They look like candy. And he says, only those of the Fae may enter the tower, and sadly you all look distressingly mortal. Isn't that right? So here's what we can do. I will give you a mushroom, and you will eat the mushroom. It will infuse you with Fae essence, and you will be able to enter the tower. Who would like to go first?
I'd like to roll knowledge nature first.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or like maybe Arcana.
Okay. So looking at the pouch, you do recognize that those are fungi, and they don't have anything that indicates that they are poisonous. They do look magical.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be charismatic. Let's see. Do we have to eat the mushrooms, or can we pinky promise to be really, really good guests?
I don't have any doubts that a person with your style would be nothing but an exemplary guest. It is unfortunately a characteristic of the tower itself. You see, it is a tower of Fae to contain Fae, and you are not Fae, so you may not pass. I may enter as I am Fae. Grimmelgridge may enter as he is Fae. Now, I cannot make you Fae, but these mushrooms will infuse you with just enough Fae essence for a day to allow you to pass freely in and out, because I know guests want to leave, as freely as you like. And he takes one and he kind of pops it in and he goes, See, it is not poisonous. I know you mortals are a paranoid bunch, but I promise, I swear my oath on the princess herself, you will not be harmed.
Well, in
Ooh.
Fey realms,
Good
do as
enough
the
for
Fey
me.
do.
Yeah, okay. Can I have that
Alright.
one that looks like it's very teal?
All right, mushroom
All
tripping.
right. I gotta
I'll
get
go
up.
tripping.
Now we roll. Is there anyone who's not taking a mushroom?
Nope.
All
I'm
right.
gonna take a mush.
So I'm gonna do blue first.
Okay.
Blue. All of the fur on your body grows about 10 inches long. You are now floofy as all hell.
I'm the floofiest.
Beatrice, you have this uncontrollable urge to laugh and cry at the same time.
Oh.
So you're just cry sobbing, laughing. So you're having some emotions over there. See here. Gerald Pancakes, you are overcome with a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Aw.
And out of character, you will automatically succeed on your next saving throw.
Ooh,
No matter what it is, no matter how hard it is, your first next saving throw, you will pass it. No questions asked.
awesome. That seems like it will come in
Berkeley.
handy.
Holy shit. Okay. Berkeley. I need to roll another dice. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
fucked. I'm gonna die.
No,
Rock
no,
right
you're
here.
the opposite of fucked, unless it's a tender, loving fuck.
Okay.
Okay, I need to open your character sheet. Holy fuck. Okay.
Okay.
You
I
got
get to
something real
fuck
good
with your
then.
character sheet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So I don't know how to do this. I've never had to do this before.
That's
Berkeley,
excellent.
you gain a permanent +1 to your charisma. Your charisma ability score goes up by 1.
Nice.
Hey,
And I don't know how to put that in there, so I'm gonna have to make a note so I can edit your shit later.
Okay.
You feel slightly more confident. You feel more comfortable around people. There we go. I did it.
Oh, I'm
Yay.
so happy for that.
Nice.
oh, that's a good one.
There we go.
Alright.
So you get a +1 to charisma. You feel really, really good, and you kind of feel bad for being so paranoid because these guys seem pretty cool.
Alright.
So he nods. He ties up his pouch. He puts it in his sack. He opens the door and he says, "By all means, please enter the tower. You are a welcome guest." And at this point, I need to move you in the room. So let me see how we do this. So I kind of had to jury rig it a bit. It's still loading for me. All right.
It's loaded.
So you enter the entrance hall. Grimmelgridge and Grimmelgrim stand by the door, just kind of peeking through the peephole, watching to see if any other deliveries or guests come in. Looking around the room, you see that there's garlands, very festive garlands, hung on the walls. You see that there's boots and coats and hats, all like winter hats and coats, thick furs and heavy scarves. You actually notice that there's some boots and ice skates
Ooh.
there even. And there's a fireplace with some ice blue flame. There's a small door that Grimmelgridge says, "Oh, that's to the kitchens. That's only if you're hungry with like a snack or any refreshments." And then there are stairs on the left side going up.
Okay. What's the spur of? Berkeley standing on the face.
Oh, Grimmelgridge looks down and just says, "Oh, that's just a Jabberwock. They're pests. Beautiful furs, though."
Berkeley is suddenly like having a realization of like, and turns to the, what was his name again?
Grimmelgrim?
Grimmelgrim, and says, "I'm sorry. You said the wedding of Sir Chide and the lady, correct?"
Why, correct.
Okay. And like, they're starting to try and process like, Sir Chide's been dead for a billion fucking years.
I do not know these measures you're using, but he has been dead for quite some time. Fortunately, the princess is quite a patient creature. He is so lucky to have her.
How are they having the wedding now?
He kind of just cocks his head to the side and says, "Mortality isn't an issue here like it is on the other side in your realm."
Really
Lucky ducks.
weird.
Would Berkeley have any knowledge of what is happening here, or is it like tabula rasa? No idea. Like head full of
roll. I mean, roll Arcana.
All right.
Chide Junior's wedding. Yeah, roll Arcana.
All right, come on. Because I'm like sitting here,
Chide Junior.
Chide Junior. That'd be something.
What a twist!
All right, come on. Arcana.
As Berkeley thinks, you hear muted conversation from upstairs, and you smell absolutely delicious aromas coming from the kitchen. Everything about this place is warm and inviting and comfortable. Berkeley, so you've been piecing together this information, and you think back to the rings, and you realize that ring of soul binding is probably what enabled this entire thing, rather than allowing Sir Chide's soul to disperse, or locking it to the mortal realm, or letting it move to whatever plane lies after. It kept it bound to the ring. And now that the ring is in Fairy, it's possible that you have brought his soul to Fairy, and the princess can essentially now marry a ghost.
Wasn't his ghost with us right outside of the tower?
Yes.
It's
yes.
attached to the ring.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
he has to stay with the ring.
So, would you say that like us bringing the ring to this realm triggered that effect, or that they've just been preparing this whole time?
You understand from Griddlegrim that they have basically been here ever since Chide died. Waiting.
That's a long time.
And when you think back, you remember Chide mentioning something that his beloved had been imprisoned since his death.
But she doesn't seem to be imprisoned if she's getting married and there's a wedding happening.
Well, I mean, she's probably been imprisoned in that tower for, hundreds of years. But it also passes differently.
Metaphorical?
The cage of your emotions.
So, are you asking Griddlegrim?
I'm not. I'm trying to piece things together right now.
He kind of urges you. He's like, go, take off your wet clothes or whatever is on them. Warm your feet by the fire. Grab a snack. The guests are mingling upstairs.
I take his advice and I start eating lots of snacks.
All right, thank you very much for your hospitality.
Daryl does too.
Yep.
Berkeley does.
All right. So do you actually enter the kitchen, or are you going upstairs? Both are options.
Oh, where's the food?
There's food in the kitchen and there's food up the stairs.
Oh. I guess up the stairs is where we're staying, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's where the party is.
So I'm going. Okay. I'm going to snag you then and drag you.
Snag and drag sounds like a lot like kidnapping.
It does. Snag and drag. The old snag and drag.
All right. You move up the stairs and you find yourself in a room with a massive feasting table. It is a massive table. It is bedecked with food, and the food is luxurious. This is the food that George R.R. Martin jerks off to. There's roast swans stuffed with blackbirds. There's mountains of fruit dripping with syrup. There are ice wines chilling in buckets. There's crystal decanters filled with some weird violet liquid that you're not sure is wine or what. You notice at the table there are 8 frost elf nobles. They're either sitting at the table, they're standing at the table. They look, for the most part, bored as all hell. Some look male, some look female, some look androgynous. You really can't tell. They're thin, they're pale. They look vaguely like ice and vaguely like insects. Like there's a lizard part of your brain that thinks they look like bugs, and you're not sure why. Standing respectfully at the edges are 4 frost elf guards. They are bristling with weapons. They are massive in comparison to the nobles. And they're just watching. They don't look hostile, but they do look alert. As you walk past the guard by the stairs, the guard nods and says, "Welcome to the wedding."
Okay. I don't see everybody else.
We were a bit stacked. I had to move myself to reveal Beatrice underneath.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, now everybody's slowly coming into view. I think I see the edge of Berkeley.
Seeing myself in the lower area, and never mind. It just popped up.
You should all see you in the mid circle. It took a little while for the map to load for me. Okay, Joe Pancakes, you have crawled out the window. You've fallen to your death.
You're dead now.
You've fallen like 20 feet. Nope.
Well,
there are no doors. There are no doors. There are stairs going up. There's a fireplace there. They're just like weird. I might need to give you another.
Yeah, the room kind of weirdly ends behind 3 dudes, like instead of a wall.
Oh, it's because your candle. You just have to walk around.
Oh, is it dark in there?
It's not super well lit. Most of the light's coming from the fireplace, but the fireplace is like blue.
Okay, now I can see the whole room.
Everything the light touches.
I'll stand between you guys.
So, Berkeley, you notice that the unicorn horn is tugging you towards the stairs going up.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to ignore it. No, no, I can't. I gotta follow it. And closest to me is Beatrice, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, Beatrice, or fuck. Badger. I'm trying to be quiet.
Yep.
What did we name Beatrice again?
I don't remember what Beatrice.
Hammer.
Hammer.
Yep.
my horn is telling us we gotta go upstairs.
All right, let's go.
Some of the nobles kind of glance over, and then they go back to their cards or picking at their food.
That's weird. Or
Yeah,
does that seem weird, or is it?
It doesn't seem weird in the context of they have been there for possibly 900 years waiting for this fucking wedding to get started, and they've exhausted all of their small talk.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds pretty torturous.
So Berkeley's just gonna awkwardly bow and be like, "We're needed elsewhere."
I don't think we've talked to them yet.
We haven't.
They look at you and they shrug, and then they just go back.
So Berkeley starts following the horn up the stairs.
Are we
Do we
going
go
the right
upstairs?
way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me move you into the final chamber.
It's the final chamber.
So a guard follows you upstairs
Ooh.
and sees that you. Where'd you go, Berkeley? Come back here.
Where are we? Okay, there we are.
Where am I? Not on this plane.
Go into the south
at the bottom.
west corner.
Yeah.
The guard kind of escorts you upstairs and then goes back to his post on the lower floor.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
You have entered the princess's bedchamber.
Ooh.
Standing in front of the fire, an ornate fireplace gleaming with blue light and topped with a stuffed wolf head, is a woman that can be described only as ageless and otherworldly. Her hair is pale, the color of winter sun. Her skin is almost perfect white, like snow. You can't see her eyes until she turns, and they are crystalline blue, an impossible blue. Her gown is white, and there is a flashing crystal bound with silver cord on her brow that looks almost like a star. The room is a little bit chilly, and if you didn't know any better, you would swear that it's snowing. It's not accumulating, but it's snowing.
Inside of the room?
Inside of the room.
Ooh, that moth dress is killer.
As you come up, Sir Chide's ghost comes out and runs to her.
Aww.
My love! They embrace. And it's super awkward because it's like 10 minutes. While they're embracing, you notice that the room is basically furnished as you would expect for a princess. There's a large canopy bed covered with white wolf skins. There's a dressing table to the south with literally a pile of jewelry. There's a dresser and a wash basin. Oddly enough, the wash basin is always steaming, as if it was freshly filled with hot water. They kiss. It's absolutely disgusting because their faces kind of go into each other a little bit because he's a ghost. Then she turns to Gerald Pancakes. Gerald, this is the woman of your dreams. You recognized her. And you, Gerald Pancakes. She rushes across the room, flings her arms around you, and then puts them on your face, and she kisses you once, deeply. You are transported. She finally breaks away. Do a perception check, everybody.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Gerald Pancakes, your world begins and ends with this woman's mouth. Blue, you notice that Sir Chide looks hella jealous.
Uh-oh.
He's not pleased that his lady that he's been with for all of 10 minutes is kissing this bird. Beatrice, you catch it too. As do you, Berkeley. Gerald Pancakes, thank you so much. Thank all of you for bringing my child to me. And oh, Gerald. And she kind of strokes your face. I am so sorry. I've misdirected you. I may have, well, I may have falsely claimed to love you in my desperation to bring my true love here. And know this, had I not loved Chide, I think I would have truly loved you. Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing him to me. I don't know how to thank you. Please, what can I do to thank you for this? What can we do?
How about another kiss?
How about something more tangible here?
Sir,
I think we.
Sir Chide walks up and says, I think one kiss from another man's wife is enough for anyone to consider themselves lucky. But surely there is something we can do.
That's not the first time Gerald Pancakes has kissed someone else's wife.
Blue kind of tugs on one of his tail feathers, like.
Okay, fine. I guess if I don't get to have my true love or whatever.
Weird love if she fell in love with somebody else.
Well,
yeah. What do y'all want? What do you think?
Do you have any kind of magical items that would help adventurers?
I mean, pile of jewelry is nice.
We're in a magical realm.
Oh, this? And she walks over to the dresser and says, jewelry is nothing to me. And she scoops up a handful of gems and says, I'll gladly give you these if this is all you want. You've
like
ended a millennia of waiting.
Maybe something else.
Yeah.
No, that's not the only thing. That is part one of a list.
It seems you did lead us here under false pretenses, milady. Normally I wouldn't say such things, but it really was our Gerald Pancakes who was.
I am truly sorry.
And it's
I'm sorry that I misled you, Gerald. And she turns to Berkeley, who has the horn, and says, "And I'm sorry for bespelling your horn." And she kind of waves her hand, and the horn stops twitching entirely.
Oh,
thank God.
Man, it's like your 4-hour Viagra just like finally stopped working.
Finally, it lasts longer than 4 hours. See a fairy.
Takes Chide's hands in hers and says, my mother never wanted us to be together. She fought against it when we met during the first conjunction. Oh, Chide, you were so handsome there on the mount. And she fought to keep us apart. She accused your town of stealing me. And when she finally got us back, she locked me here. I can't leave. I must forever remain in this tower, but with my love here, it won't be a prison at all, will it?
Hold on.
Yes?
The conjunction's happening again.
It tends to do that every 1,000 years or so.
But it's only been 900.
That is distressing. Chide kind of fills her in that he thinks that the ring may have sped things along and says, yes, that would make things possible, but our little spell alone would not have brought entire planes together. Someone took advantage of our ring just like I took advantage of the portal to communicate with Gerald and Berkeley here. And she kind of looks back at you and says, if there's another conjunction, has the war resumed? Has my mother gone to war again?
There was a bloody, gross, evil unicorn that happened.
She kind of goes back because she's very dramatic. She kind of goes, oh, and tries to catch her and can't, so she kind of stumbles. and she catches herself and goes, that slavering wolf beast of a woman. It's my mother. You need to understand. In Fae, we wax and we wane in a cycle. The side of winter is growing stronger. The side of summer is growing weaker. My mother and I are of winter, which is why she was so angry that I was touched by the warmth of this mortal. When she grows in strength, she imprisons my father in a tower much like this. I know not where. And it is only when summer grows strong that he breaks free and takes his place as king again. If she has come to power in Fairy, if she has detected that the portals have opened early, she might be scouting to resume the war, to punish Fairy. Well, to punish those who have, insulted Fairy. Mortals, you're the first mortals to come to Fairy, right?
I don't know.
You just got here. I guess if you say so, then.
I mean, I don't know.
My worry is that other mortals have entered Fairy as you have.
Oh.
Ah.
That would be a bummer.
Well, it wasn't that hard to get here.
Were there any other mortals in the tomb? A priest, maybe, living in the tomb?
But he's dead.
I don't know.
We never found his body.
Hey, Cooper, come here. Sorry, I should have made him.
So she kind of looks to Chide and says, Fairy has a lot of magic and power, things that mortals covet. It's a separate plane, and mortals have always been curious about separate planes and the beings that live there. My concern is that my sister and my brother may be starting the war again.
Your Highness. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah? No, by all means.
Well, it seemed like you had a reaction to that bloody unicorn. Would you mind taking a look at some of these other pictures that we have? Because we're trying to piece together some information here, and maybe if
I know that horn.
Okay.
That horn belongs to my brother's pet.
Oh.
You took this from a unicorn.
Well, took is a little bit strong. More like
It kind of fell off after it.
We took it after.
Oh dear.
He was already dead.
Like she takes Gerald Pancake's hands in hers and says, "You must swear to me that if you encounter my brother, that you never ever admit to slaying this creature, for he will try to end your existence."
Are we just supposed to say we just came across a dead unicorn?
We won't say anything.
Yeah,
they are mythical creatures we have never fucking seen in our life.
You
keep that in your pants there, Berkeley.
The blue furry one is correct. I would feign ignorance and hide the horn if you were to encounter my brother. He would be inflamed and furious.
Okay.
But
we have never seen a fucking unicorn.
What?
I guess we don't know. What's a unicorn?
Will just be like, this is a replica.
Show me your pictures. Show me what you have seen.
Gerald Pancakes pulls out his drawings from his pack.
Which
I think he has drawings, or is Blue holding them?
I think you were holding them, but I was just suggesting that you show.
So I assume that you're showing her the creepy monster drawings.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, I have that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Okay, you have that.
That's why I was confused. I'm like,
Sorry about that. No, you're right. I remember now. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So she looks at it. She notices the signature. And she kind of smiles and she looks at pancakes and says, "I should have known it would have been your artwork." She points at the horse made with fire with rhino horns and says, "This is it. This is my brother's pet. This is what you fought."
Similar, but not exactly.
Well, mortals' minds tend to break a little when they encounter fey magic. You'd best be careful. She flips through the pictures and says, This bat made of centipedes, this is not a fey creature. This is just a common centibird. This is a mortal creature. Some uneducated yokel, probably chalking up anything that they've encountered that was unknown to them. She points to the furry boulder, says, "This is really vague, but if I had to make a guess, this is probably someone trying to render a brownie or a troll. But this," and she taps the spiny wolf, "this is what distresses me."
Why?
These look like the wolves of the huntsman.
There's a huntsman?
From the
Yes, yes, of the wild hunt. He's a servant of my mother, one of her officers, one of her generals, one of her executioners. If these wolves are being seen in mortal realms, they are most assuredly hunting mortals.
That's bad.
I think you're facing a new war.
Well, on that note,
she turns to Chide and says, "And my hero won't be able to stop them this time."
Is there anything that you have here that could help us in this?
Any tips? Any helping items? Yes.
She kind of looks sad and says, "I am imprisoned. They do not let me have anything in the way of weapons, but I could give you gems for funding. Maybe you can get supplies, and I can give you information." She takes the monster drawings and she flips it over and says, "If I push, I should be able to sense any other portals. I won't be able to do it again, but I think I can tell you where the huntsman and possibly my brother and my mother are coming through."
That could be That could be very helpful.
That would be very helpful.
She kind of solemnly nods and she asks you to step out for a while. You hear weird noises. And after a couple hours, Sir Chide's ghost appears. He can freely move the tower, it seems, and he bids you back upstairs. She's laying on the bed. She looks exhausted, and not like the fun, happy exhausted, just the regular exhausted. And on the back of the creepy monster drawings, she has drawn a map.
Okay.
So on the back of the map, she has drawn out the various hills and barrow mounds in the area. And she has circled one. She said, "That's the princess. That's the Prince's Mound. That is his base of operations. The portal is there. That's where he is scouting. If you wish to confront my brother, and if you wish to stop the influx of Fae, that is your chance. I don't know how many there are. I'm sorry. It's the best I could do.
Oh, thank you so much. You did a
Thank
tremendous job, Princess. You know, you absolutely can take a rest. This is very helpful in general.
Before you sleep?
I've enchanted the horn. When you reach the mound, it will be glamored. The horn will open the glamour. And it will be able to dispel, to inspel you to look like elves. Be so careful. My brother is so dangerous. And she just passes out on the bed, and Sir Chide basically like helicopter moms over her because he can't he can't do anything but kind of stare. So he's just hovering. And he looks at you and says,
a little more delayed.
What's another day? He's like, I'm here. This is all I could ever have wanted. And he points to the gemstones on the dresser and says, there is a stack of jewels. About 10. They're yours.
Okay. Are any of the jewels magic, or probably not?
They aren't magic, but they are unlike any gems that you are likely to encounter in the mortal realm. I wouldn't be shocked if they were to fetch a high price. Then he takes out he takes off a brooch. And he hands it to you and says, and I want you to take this, an heirloom of my family that my wife has kept all this time. Take it as a sign of my thanks, along with the bracelets. These should get you, well, any provisions that you need before you go into the mount and face my brother-in-law.
Thank you, Your Highness, very much. We graciously accept these generous gifts.
If I may offer any advice.
Please.
I have interacted with the Fae for a long time, and I have fought the Fae. They do not like the touch of iron, and they do not like the touch of silver.
Oh.
They will burn if touched with either of those metals, and only those metals. Steel, copper, bronze. These will not do it. The unicorn horn will not do it. Now, my blade has been stored in my tomb. And he kind of draws the shape in the air.
Oh, you mean this one? Shink!
Yes! Hubris! And he rushes towards you. And he said, this will help immensely. It is not iron or silver, but it is enchanted. But when we use an item for a long time, sometimes it takes on a bit of ourselves. This was named for my hubris. If you bear it in battle, If you bear it in battle, just know that you might have moments of overconfidence. As long as you are strong and courageous and successful in battle, you have nothing to worry about, but know that if you wield it in battle, there is a chance that you will not be able to surrender or retreat.
Okay, noted. So don't whip it out if I'm not ready to shoot. Got it. Okay, we can do this.
I don't follow your euphemism.
Yeah,
but
me either. That's okay.
I
But thank you
I-
so very much for it. I'm glad that we already had that handled.
Now, I must tend to my wife. Thank you so much. Please take our gifts. You are welcome to visit us anytime. Although I don't know how long the portals will last now that the ring is on this side of Fairy.
Oh. That's important to know.
Yeah.
I doubt the other portal is powered by the ring. Otherwise it wouldn't have exhausted my love so to see it. But these we know fairy magic often dissipates with the dawn. I would not linger here.
Alrighty, thank you again.
Thank you.
We will.
Even if you did kind of cheat on me.
Who's holding on to the gems? Who wants to write it down in there?
Me.
Cool. And the egg, the hooer frost brooch.
Oh, I can take it. No, I'm holding a lot of shit. No.
I will hold the brooch because it is also shiny.
Yeah, it probably reminds you of your now long lost love.
Yeah.
Your pretend love.
Yeah.
Your dream lady.
Yeah, you done got catfished, son.
You can take
your
it,
dream
catfish.
lover, so you didn't have to dream alone.
All right. Well, what do we do, friends? Where do you want to go? We got gems, we got things, and how y'all feeling?
I guess we go back. Do I want to get a couple snacks first?
I think first things first, we gotta go kill the brother. I don't really want to.
What time of day is it? Because dawn's gonna be coming pretty quick, I imagine.
So Chide looks out the window and says, time works different in Fairy. It is eternally day.
Oh.
In this pocket we find ourselves in. Time outside of Fairy, I don't know. I don't know what time it would be in the mortal realm relative to here.
Oh. So no one happened to bring a pocket
your knowledge,
watch.
To your knowledge, you arrived at the mound at 9, maybe a little bit later. You took a long rest that would have taken you to about 9 o'clock. And you've been here maybe 3 hours total between the trek up and the talking to people and waiting for her to complete the ritual and whatnot.
Okay, so about midnight.
Do we think we can defeat an elven dark prince in less than 6 hours?
Don't we have to take the bracelets somewhere?
Somewhere in the mortal realm, yeah.
Yeah. So Chide says you would have to go to the mortal realm in order to reach the portal. This is a pocket dimension.
It's the prince's portal.
Okay, sorry. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, well then, we got this.
He said literally the only thing here is an endless forest and this tower.
Right.
This is its own separate pocket of Fae.
Gotcha.
So you're going to have to go back into the mortal realm and to the Prince's Mound.
Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you for clarifying.
I have all the time in the world to do so.
All right, friends. What do we say we grab some snacks? Maybe skirt some woods if you want to pick up a couple things, and on our way out.
Okay.
Do it.
So as you go downstairs into the eating hall, does anyone go for snacks or anything of that nature?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not, just in case.
I'm
Beatrice.
That's me.
Beatrice, I would like you to do a perception check for the table.
Perception check. Doo-doo-doo.
All right. Beatrice. One of these things is not like the other. One of the forks is really fucking weird. You notice that all of the cutlery on the table is perfectly matched gold, except there is a single fork that is weird. So this fork is iron and it is two-pronged, and you're willing to venture a guess that because it is iron, none of the Fae have touched it, which is why it is sitting there completely clean on the table.
Yeah.
Can I have mysterious fork? Can I pocket it without them noticing?
You don't even have to try to be sneaky about it. They honestly look slightly more comfortable now that you've taken it off of the table where their food is.
Good.
How'd it get there?
Add mysterious fork to my.
Did you actually ask how it got? Did you ask how it got there?
Sure.
As Beatrice picks up the fork, one of the nobles watches her, takes it. He kind of leans and he kind of watches her like, you're not going to stab me with that shit, are you? And as she puts it in her pocket and he hears that, he goes, oh, I think that was a practical joke by, what was his name? Prances in Moonlight. He thought it would be wildly funny to bring that tainted nonsense to a fancy dinner party. That's been here for 200 years.
Damn.
Who is this?
Damn is right. It is just one of the wedding guests. He left early, quite fellow, you know. Nah.
Was he happen to be the brother of the bride?
No, just some cousin.
Oh.
No. He kind of leans forward and says, I don't know if you know this, but the royal siblings, they don't get along well. there's a little bit of family strife, one might say. I wouldn't expect to see the Lady Queen or the Prince here.
That checks out.
They all kind of cackle. And another noble says, can you imagine Prince Heart of Ash seeing that ghost with the princess? you like, this is the most lackluster laughter you've ever heard, and they're acting like this is the funniest shit that they've heard in a decade, and perhaps it is.
Yeah, if they're content to sit at a table for that long.
Well, the alternative would be rude and No one from the Emberlight family would be so gauche as to leave before the reception's done.
Of course, that would just be out of the question. Friends, let's check something in the kitchen here quick, right before the reception that we're absolutely gonna come back for.
They don't care. They're done.
Okay.
Okay.
They're just sitting and chilling. You go downstairs.
Kitchen.
Do you go in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Let's check it.
I need to eat my feelings.
Let's hope for
Don't fuck
non-person.
with the. Yeah, you go in the kitchen.
Cute.
It is a kitchen. There are 2 frost elf cooks busily working away. There's a door in the back. One chef is basically chopping up vegetables. They look like the standard vegetables that you see on a sci-fi show. So things like Buddha hand and dragon fruit and horned melon, vaguely threatening, brightly colored fruit. The other one is stirring a pot of soup. There's a keg in the corner that you suspect, based on the drippings on the floor, probably where that purple stuff in the decanters came from. There's a bunch of wine on a shelf in the corner and a nice cozy fireplace. You are staring at the door to what is likely a pantry or storage. Would you like to go in?
Yes. Wee.
All right.
Are those tongues?
Those are not tongues. Those would be ham hocks that are being cured over time. Basically, they're being dry aged. Do a perception check for me, please, Gerald.
Okay. Perception. Click. Ooh, for once.
So as you peer through the cracks and the bungs of the various barrels, Beatrice, since you're in there too, please roll me a perception. For the most part, it just seems like a bunch of staples. So there's things like flour and salt and sugar, and honestly, the amounts of salt and sugar are unheard of. This is an outrageous amount of stored food. You also see the fancy dried meats, and you see a mysterious jug.
Got a lot of plugs.
So this is a large brown jug, very simply decorated. Almost seems out of place. Everything else you've seen is super duper fancy, like gold and filigreed and gem encrusted, and it's just a clay jug. It has one big cork on top, and then it's studded on the side with 10 additional corks, and each one is its own distinct color.
Should I try to detect magic?
Do you have that?
I do. That's one of my 3 spell slots. I would like to cast detect magic.
All right, let me double check detect magic real quick. So it's a little bit wonky using detect magic in the Fey realm. Yeah. Everything lights up vaguely with colors, weird colors that you can't describe. However, detect magic is blocked by things like a bunch of walls of stone and whatnot. So you notice that this jug is thrumming with magic.
Okay, I'm going to take it.
You take the jug, it's 12 pounds. As you pick it up, you can feel and hear it sloshing like it's full.
Okay, but I don't get to know what it's full of.
I mean, it has a bunch of quirks. No, detect magic is going to tell you that it's magical, but that's... Let me just double check real quick.
Okay.
It's probably going to depend on which quirk we open.
Yeah, it's going to tell you if you sense magic.
Okay.
And you can learn its school of magic. So let me double check and see if I can pull up the school of magic.
Okay, I got it in my inventory list as magic jug of magic.
It is conjuration magic.
Okay. All right. I don't quite know what that will mean, but
so
I have that.
I can't tell if that was a in character or out of character question.
Oh. Sorry, my mom.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Me. So it sounds like
conjuration means it would basically create or summon something.
Create something new. Okay. All right. That is an interesting jug. And she tricked me into coming here, so I feel like she'd be cool with me taking it.
All right, let's do it.
You do not need to justify yourself to me, sir.
Okay. Hey, Cooper, what are you doing?
Let's dip set.
Oh, goodness.
Blue is warming himself, his little paws rubbing together. Berkeley can sniff the soup. It smells very earthy, yet oddly refreshing. The chefs just work. Their glittering skin glistens with the heat of the kitchen. They're unfazed by your presence.
Oh, good. All right. Let's just a mosey.
Are you going back through the portal?
Sure.
Yep.
It may or may not be worth it to kind of skirt the edge of some of the woods to see if there's anything we can like take back with us. Like if there is any other kind of growth or special rocks or something that we could take.
Rock.
I don't know.
So as you step out, Griddlegrim says, "Be careful. It is ever so dangerous out there. There are ice wolves and ice spiders and I'm sure other icy things. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will let the happily married couple know you send their best regards. Please come back anytime."
Well, thank you. So kind of you.
Thank you.
Right.
It was very kind. I vote we don't try and get into the woods.
Right, yeah. Like, just check at the edge of the path or something.
Do we know what this stone square in the lake is?
So that square is the ice skating rink that they've cleared off.
Oh, that's right.
Would you like to do a perception check if you want to see what else there is to see in this area?
Sure.
Sure.
Blue, you are just amazed at the beauty of nature.
Wow.
Beatrice, you notice the limb farm out by the back corner by the forest.
Limb farm?
What kind of limbs?
And they're like arms?
Like limbs of
yeah.
Trees or the legs and arms?
Did I stutter?
Okay, I guess we gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's basically you see a clearing at the edge of the forest where there are arms, legs, and torsos sticking up out of the snow, and they are covered with moss and fungi.
Let's get the fuck out, y'all.
Yep, I've seen enough. Let's go.
Like, even if they have good magical armor, I don't think it's really worth it right now.
No.
Griddlegrim kind of cocks his head to the side and it says, "Is something wrong? Do you need assistance? I can try to get you a sleigh." Bless you.
Can you tell me about this limb farm?
He glances over and goes, "Oh, oh, don't you worry about that. That's Grimmelgridge's garden.
Oh.
Oh.
What's growing in
he pats the
garden?
troll and goes, he pats the troll that he's riding on and says, "Oh, it's the thing you know about trolls, how they eat people? Well, he likes to take mortals and bury them in the backyard so he can grow the finest of fungi on them."
Oh, how fun! Wow,
What a
that's
fun guy.
oh wow! Thank you so much for
So
educating on us,
as
and we're
he's
gonna.
saying this, as he's saying this, the hulking obese troll that he's riding just sort of grunts and stares at you, and he's glowering, and you get the idea that if it had its way, if he wasn't being ridden and controlled by this pompous goblin, he would be planting some more limbs in his limb farm.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come
Grimmdark,
here.
we're going to leave shortly, but do you have
Yep.
any spare mushrooms on you?
Oh, I can certainly give you a couple.
I think I would like that if you don't mind. You know, a wedding favor gift thing.
Well, how many would you like? I can give you another one to eat if you would truly like to have another one.
I'd like to save it for later. Is that possible?
I don't know how long they would last outside of Fairy.
Worth a shot.
Science.
I'll pop one now. Why not?
All right. So he hands you one. You take it, and you shrink.
Oh no.
All right, because they have side
You
effects.
shrink to the size of a kobold. You're about half the size you were before.
Hey,
She's
buddy.
so tiny.
Oh,
Welcome
crap.
to Short Life.
Hey, I got your bitty badger. Alrighty, well, this has been so entertaining.
He opened the pouch and says, "Would anyone else like a snack? A parting treat for the road.
I'll take one for the
Freshly
road.
harvested."
Get for the road.
Wait, are they harvested from the human torso? They're the mortal torsos.
Don't ask
Well,
questions
where
you
else
don't
would
want
you
to.
harvest food but from a garden?
Ah!
Daryl
he
takes it and
pulls
puts
one.
it in his bag.
Okay. Let's see. Berkeley.
Yep.
Berkeley, you ate one, yes?
I
You did
No.
not?
was planning on just holding it.
Okay, so you're just holding it. Gerald, are you eating one?
I'm putting it in my pack.
You put it in your pack. Okay. So Beatrice ate it. We have 2 people with mushrooms in their pack. Blue, are you mushrooming up at any point?
I'm gonna also pack it.
All right. Add it to your inventory.
Right.
And away you go.
Mushroom.
Yep. Magic mushroom works.
Okay. Added.
Blue, you are still floofy as all hell, by the
Yeah,
way.
I'm the fluffiest. Alright, let's go, friends.
Alrighty.
All right. We find ourselves back in the mound. So,
Right.
all right. So, is there anything else that you like to do? Oh, shit. Wait, I need to roll something real quick.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh no, we're fine.
All right. I should just randomly roll for the sake of
Just to keep us on our toes. Like if we
Okay.
get chit-chatty,
Is there
just roll something.
Is there anything that you would like to do in the burial tomb?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to. I think we took all the things that we really want. We don't necessarily
Probably have.
want to take the. We don't want to rob the graves of the ghosts asked us not to, because that'd be rude.
So
Yeah, plus there's a giant goo hole.
yeah, so we can head out. This was a good. I'm happy.
Anyone
This-
opposed?
can-
Heading out?
I wonder if we can bottle the goo without touching it ourselves.
You can certainly try.
Good.
That might be something. Berkeley, is that something you're interested in?
You're a resident goo aficionado.
Bottle some goo.
Mhm.
We have some
No.
water.
You like all the unusual liquids?
I don't think you. It's a good thought, but no, I don't need it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's. I think we're good here.
All right, you slowly work your way to the start of the mound. You walk out, and you're surprised to see that when you come out of the mound, it's early morning.
Who's that?
How long?
Well,
Are we heading back to town? What are we doing? Setting up camp.
I think we need to make camp and try and figure out what our next move is, because honestly, we got a lot. We got a lot on our plate.
Yeah.
So
Sure,
to reorient you, you've basically you have reunited Sir Chide with his love. They have given you a map. They have given you specifically a map to where they believe the Fey Prince and his portal that's letting him send soldiers and scouts in to attack mortals is. They've warned you of the danger. They've given you treasure, presumably to outfit yourself with supplies. They warn you that war is coming, and Sir Chide has given you advice of his sword. You stand before the writhing stones, the standing stones, the stones of ritual, and the stones that seem oddly reminiscent of the portrait in Chide's tomb, suggest to you that they were in fact a place of power. Since it is early in the morning, you would have plenty of time to travel back to town or to Morrow's farm, and you would have plenty of time to go to the Prince's Mound if you'd like to go straight there. I'm going to say that by solving the mystery of the ring, by reuniting the lovers, by figuring out the mystery of the horn, you have earned sufficient experience for the next level, which I believe is 900.
Right.
Oh my.
What are we at?
So you are at 900 even.
900.
Okay.
And I'm sure
Yep, the little
Beatrice's will
thing
break.
popped up.
Oh no.
Oh, like last time. Okay.
Yay.
Character Mancer. Next.
Yay!
I'm scared.
Any questions, comments, or concerns, good heroes?
No.
That was fun.
Yeah, we did a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you've been through the entire dungeon and then some. So well done. Lots of mysteries to explore. You have a mysterious fork. You have a mysterious jug. So I can't wait for you to experiment to discover the properties of your mysterious cutlery.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
And there may be other mysterious food related items in your future as well. I don't want to spoil anything though. All right. Good adventure.
Sorry, I was gonna say I kind of played the whole not eating fairy food because, like, I bet
I
you
know.
something, but I also feel like because it's Berkeley, Berkeley would also have known something.
Yeah, it's harder when
Beatrice
I know
is just
something and I know my
hungry,
character
like-
definitely wouldn't.
My character was poisoned a lot as a child, or a wee one, so he's not super keen on just jumping in on other people's food.
So it was indeed Beatrice and Gerald only that ate the food, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Smile.
All right.
To play a character who's like more like, I don't want to do this, because like me, I'm like yes and.
Yeah.
Berkeley's not me, and I'm like, I really just want to go and do all this stuff, but I'm like, no, I'm a squishy cleric.
I'm a squishy cleric. Y'all, my hit
much.
points are 35 now.
Wow.
That's bonkers.
I'm only at 24.
What?
Still pretty
I'm
decent.
also only at 24.
The mushroom effects are temporary, right?
Oh, you're talking about your hit points?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they
Yeah,
said it
mine's
wouldn't
at
last
25.
longer than a day, but their time change is different than ours, so I don't know how that would translate.
Oh god. I might just be a midget now.
Gonna be a pocket-sized Beatrice.
What I want. So what my
I can
my
put you in my
theory
pocket.
was, I thought if we have to go like mess with this prince, maybe we have to pretend to be Fae, and maybe the mushrooms would help us. But if they're gonna spoil once they go into the mortal realm, it's not really much point. So I popped it.
Yeah. Well, the effects only last a day.
We shall see.
We'll see what happens.
Maybe
next
we have a
time.
teacup Beatrice. Who knows?
Tiny rage monster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they have Unearthed Arcana has actual fairies as a playable race, and they're tiny and they can have barbarians, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's so OP.
That sounds really fun.
So your rage monster can exist at any size, Beatrice.
I want to be a big rage monster.
That was another possibility on the table of mushrooms.
Okay, noted.
One of the other ones that I'm a little disappointed that you didn't get was there was one that would turn you purple permanently.
Oh, that would have been so good.
Well.
Well, you know what? We still have 3. You never know.
Yeah,
It's still out
You
there.
still have 3.
Also true, yeah.
We shall see.
We shall see next time.
That was my thought.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Thanks,
Bye,
Dr.
guys.
DM.
Thank
Bye,
you,
y'all.
Dr. DM.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Hopefully. Come on. I'm trying to get my sound on. Trying to turn on the mic, folks. But not everything is even loaded. Loading. Oh. There it is. Okay, sorry. It took a while for my mic to turn on. Sorry, y'all. But in any event, it finally did. So with that, yes! Dungeon is cleared. So, and we leveled up. So who knows what the hell we'll be getting into next time. So make sure to come back next week. And if you didn't miss anything, you can always check back on whatever platform you're watching this on and previous streams to get caught up or just enjoy again and again and again. If you're into the content that you've seen or just want to support and have $1 or more you can spare, doop, please consider going to the website listed here so you can also send tips to PayPal, Venmo, now Cash App, at jinxdances or jinxdances@gmail.com. It can help me bring better content to y'all wonderful people. So thank you so much, and see you next Monday at 8 p.m.